All right, let's get into it. You'll have this object. We can have a NFC tag. You will tap the top of your phone, that comes up. That'll send you to a video for the instruction. And now we have the quantum aperture gimmick that I'm sure that you've seen by now. We've got a QR code here with the password, so remember that. We'll set this aside. So let's just take a look. We have this prop, which is very carefully made. Let's go over the pieces. This has you can see in this lighting, two magnets. From an angle, it's completely black. From a vertical position like that, we can see it from the top, but not from the spectator's point of view. That's important to remember. The magnet side will always go towards the angel's head, just like this. So that attaches on. Now we need to learn how to get the gimmick ready. So I recommend this. I recommend using a matte black phone case. I use a brand called X Level. I can get them on Amazon here in the States, or I use just a wallet that is kind of matte black. The key is to use not objects that are super dark black. We want them to feel like we're not using obvious black art, okay? So just for now, let's play around with the wallet, because the wallet for a live performance really seems to, I'm gonna take out the extra gimmick I had in there. That's funny. The wallet seems to kind of like just be a nice entrance, because taking things out of your wallet is like kind of like a modern close-up stage show. It's like the magician's kind of case in a parlor show. So we place it here, we let them see this, and the first thing we need to do is get ready. So we're either gonna do that with the thumb. So each of these runways allow you to get your thumb underneath easily without getting caught. So I'm either going to do a one hand get ready and pop the magnet. So you'll notice there's two magnetic alignments. We have the black hole right there, and then we have the flap, which connects to the card, so you can show the card really cleanly without any fear of this flap falling down. So we're either going to do the one hand alignment or the one hand kind of break with the thumb, or we hold it with an object and we sneak our thumb in as we show from the spectator's point of view the hole. So remember, the spectator is towards the wall. At that point, I hold it. I always want to grab the card, not down here by the gimmick, but by the hole. So with all the focus is where the hole is. So the goal is we want it to hang vertical. And from this angle, you can see when it's hanging, we have pretty good angles. From there, we have to start looking a little bit. But if there's not a complete white background, the black art really hides. So play with the angles, but it's quite good. So we get our break. We show the hole as real. We hold either the top corner, preferably the opposite corner of the object in hand. And then all that's going to happen is it gets set down like this. So from the front, it looks very convincing. It's such a crazy that right now, this hole can move just like that. It really fools you even when you're practicing. So let's go over how to move the hole. So right now we know how to get the break. We set things down in a slow manner. We don't go quick. Now you'll notice this subtlety of the bend is meant to be there because we want there to be a soft bend, not like a 90-degree angle bend, but we just want a curl in the card, okay? That will sell. Once it's a convincer that once it's set down, the hole hasn't changed into a moving hole yet. So at this point, we're going to need to pin these two corners down. Now I do that with the first finger and the ring finger, and then I use this finger to push forward. If I feel any amount of pressure, all I do is, you'll notice on the back of the hole, sometimes it'll be different for your gimmick. Sometimes it'll be just a flat piece or this piece, depending on the gimmick that you have. They both work the same. The idea is that this acts as a kind of teeter-totter. So if we press on this side, it'll pop open this front side. And if we press on the front side, it'll pop open the back side. So we need that because what happens is, since this is not locking, we're using a pressure illusion to create the flatness of the card, which looks tremendous, right? It's very fun and cute and interesting. We're gonna do this. So I'm gonna walk you through. So we're here, we drop it. Now we're ready. We have the convincer there. I'm going to put pressure with these fingers, and then on the back, lever the hole up, move it to the lock position. Each card locks in a little bit of a different position, but it's always gonna be the bottom left corner if the hole is towards the magician. So I keep this pinned down, and then I reach over and come back. Now, right before it locks with magnets, I release with these fingers subtly, so it looks like this or this. But I want to make sure that once the hole is locked in place, the bend is back up. And sometimes if the hole overshoots, it will keep this card down. And we always want, once we remove it, we just want to be able to reach in with one finger, put your finger in, and just pull up. And as you pull up, it will lock into place. And now, to convince people that this is a single card, we show them the edge. When you show them the edge like this, they don't ask to see the card. Because obviously we can't show the face, but to be real, I've never had someone ask to see the face. So now let's get into another option for a handling. So once we have the setup, our thumb sneaks inside, we hold it at the top corner, it's vertical, and we place it onto a phone or a wallet or anything that we already know will match. So we place it down, we get it into the ready position. Alternatively, we can put a thumb here, a middle finger here, and just use your first finger. So I feel a little bit of tension, okay? So I'm going to press on this far side and just start getting it moving loosely. We don't want to force things to rip the gimmick or do anything like that. We let it go, we bring it back, and right before it locks in, I release the pressure. So now I can see that this card is up, and I'll be able to just sneak my finger in and go straight up. Now, if your gimmick doesn't lock like this, you can give it a spin and the centrifugal motion will lock it immediately. So just remember that. Now let's get into some routines. Okay, so this is the first routine I really like. On my Instagram, The Nothing Experiment, you can go to these three little stars right here, click on the quantum aperture filter, and then try it, and you get to load it onto your own Instagram. And what this does is this creates a digital version of the effect. So we are going to show them what it would look like in a perfect world. So we place it over flat, and it begins to just, like, you can see it's an animation, but it's not moving in real life. And then after showing them a digital version, we do the effect in real life. So we're blending the imagination and reality in a very interesting way. That's the first free edition of a new routine, other than just showing them this. The second idea is a little bit more complex, but we're gonna add the idea of a cognitive illusion. So we're gonna start with the gimmick open, laying on a flat black surface, and it's gonna be in the bottom lock place. So remember, will flash if there's not pressure here. And since this is going to be held for a little while, I would hold this with my thumb, okay? Maybe right there. Then we place a dollar coin over top of this. And when you place a dollar coin over top, this hole is intentionally slightly bigger than a dollar coin or a silver dollar coin. I like to use a Morgan dollar coin. That goes on top, and this is how you sell the illusion. You leave a little bit of the appearance of a hole just peeking out at the edge of the coin. And then you say this, does it hide? And you say that in a question mark tone. The goal is we want them to say, no, it doesn't hide. Because by saying, no, it doesn't hide, they're also implicitly agreeing that what it isn't hiding is a hole. So then, once they fool themselves and respond, you say, wait, what if it was something else? And then you show them the sticker or the piece. You say it's not even a real hole. Funny enough, that will get a reaction. And you say, but what if it was? And then you place it back. You get into your position. So maybe I'll use the thumb and the middle finger. I pull it back. I release the tension. So now I have the break right there. And all I'm going to do is just stick the finger in and say, look, now it's become real. But because of that added cognitive illusion, it is such a fun thing to share with people. I'm going to give you guys one last tip to just kind of keep your gimmick all nice. If you need to add a bend, because we always want this bend in the card, use 2 fingers and just lightly up. That's about as high as we want, just like this. So you can see that it's about like that. So keep that in mind. That's the bend that we want in the card for most performances. Then let's remove the black dot. You'll notice that sometimes there's little edges of paper. So we run our nail across it while pinning the card down. And this will allow the card to have a new life if for some reason the edges are getting a little bit easy to see. But all the heat is always on the hole because that's where the attention is. So really you have nothing to worry about. But I just wanted to add that just for people that are interested in attention to detail. So this effect is absolutely one of my favorite small, cool creations, and I hope you really enjoy it.